Have you been trying to figure out what triggers your eczema? We're often told that mold, dust, dog hair, or food allergies is the cause of our eczema. Have you tried eliminating all of those and are still left with tons and tons of eczema on your skin and absolutely no results whatsoever? Then wait to the end of this video because I'm going to help you understand your individual toxic overload profile and how to create a plan to reverse your skin. If you're serious about healing your skin, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out videos twice a week. Adults with eczema are often plagued with not understanding their skin. It's extremely confusing. You have doctors telling you all sorts of different things. You have people on the internet telling you all sorts of different things. Well, the truth is, we all have individual toxic overload profiles that are causing our eczema. By the end of this video, you're going to feel so much more confident in the future of being able to actually reverse your eczema and have clear skin. I've helped so many people overcome their eczema by understanding their toxic overload profile. So if you are ready, let's dive into today's video. Eczema is caused by toxic overload. Basically, when I say toxic overload, I mean there's all these different things that are toxins to our body. And for every single person, they're completely different. So for me, when I first got my really big, massive flare-up, my toxic overload profile was taking antibiotics. I took, I think, about 5 rounds of antibiotics when I was in college, paired on top of that with a poor diet. So I myself was eating fridge foods because I didn't know. Fridge foods stand for fried foods, refined sugar, eggs, dairy, gluten. And I had a whole lot of stress, and I had pollution. And so basically for years and years and years, our bodies are trying to fight off toxins. And usually people's bodies do a really good job. But if you have a lot going on in your body, then you're going to have results of disease or disorder. Eczema is an autoimmune disorder. And don't be jealous that you have eczema and other people don't. There's so much more going on inside people's bodies. I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 Americans has some sort of disease or disorder. You just can't always see it. So people have other issues like diabetes, stroke, heart attack. They're going to have a future of having Alzheimer's disease or having so many different issues. So being jealous of somebody is not necessary. When we have eczema, our bodies are showing us very early in life that something's not right. And we can take the steps in healing our bodies. And so today I'm going to walk you through all the different types of toxins. And so what you need to do is write down the ones that you know are related to your eczema. And then what you can do is either hire me as a health coach to help you figure it out, or you can do the research on your own to figure it out. So simply, let me just say, one thing you can do is if you are using hand sanitizer, switch it out for something different. Make sure to wash your hands with soap that doesn't have antibiotics or antimicrobials in it, because we actually need good bacteria to live on our skin. So that's just one little thing. Today we're going to go through lots and lots of different toxins, and you guys just need to write down ones that you encounter monthly, ones that you encounter daily, and ones that you've encountered in the last 3 months. And I'll tell you which ones are more severe than others. The very first thing we're going to talk about, and the very most severe thing we're going to talk about, is antibiotics. Antibiotics are often prescribed for very little issues. If you've ever had strep, if you've had an ear infection, if you've had something minor, a lot of times doctors will prescribe antibiotics. If you've ever had yeast infections, if you've ever had any sort of infection, we're usually prescribed antibiotics. So antibiotics basically wipe out all of the bacteria that lives in our gut. Well, the problem with that is it wipes out good bacteria and bad bacteria. The good bacteria helps us with our mood. It helps us with our food cravings to crave the right foods. It helps us digest our food. It helps us in so many ways, and it helps keep our gut flora balanced. So if you've had, watch this. I bet you've taken antibiotics and within the next 3 months you had a yeast infection or a UTI. And that's because Candida, a type of yeast, can thrive when the good bacteria is gone because our good bacteria fights against that type of bacteria. And so when we take antibiotics, we very commonly end up having yeast infections because yeast is building up. So it's called Candida. And to figure out if you have Candida, you can in fact take tests. There's a bunch of different tests that you can take, so go find a functional doctor to help you take these tests. Functional doctors are really amazing when you have issues like eczema. So when you have Candida, some signs and symptoms are sugar cravings, you can have thrush or yeast infections, and if you want more information about Candida, make sure to watch last week's video, and I'll put it right here. It's all about Candida and to figure out if you have it and how to reverse it. So antibiotics ends up leading into Candida. Candida often manifests itself into eczema, but the antibiotics do a lot more damage than just that. So there's a lot of things going on at the same time. Other medications that can end up leading to eczema is taking things like aspirin and all sorts. They're called NSAIDs. I'll put that here. I've talked about this in the past, but taking pain relievers often will destroy our gut, and be very, very careful with those. So those are a lot of different medications. Also be careful with birth control. Birth control has had links to eczema, so just be aware that that might be a trigger for you and maybe something you want to come off of. Guys, I'm having very volatile weather today. It keeps being sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy, so I keep having to like change my lighting here and there. So if you're seeing changes, I'm fighting the sun right now. Okay, let's talk about household. So there's a lot of household things that could be toxins for you. So some household toxins include mold, and if you have a lot of allergies in addition to eczema and your allergies are irritated by being in the house, you probably have mold. Mold is a really big thing. That is a toxin that your body has to deal with, so that can contribute to your toxic overload profile. The most important thing you can take away from today is realizing that eczema does not have one root cause. Another issue in the house could be dust, so making sure that you're just cleaning out your house every once in a while, keeping the dust down. Another issue with household is making sure that the cleaners you use to clean your home are not toxic. Oftentimes we use very toxic chemicals around us. Our bodies then have to detox that, and that is just another thing that adds to our body being overloaded. And so one thing you can do is switch to things like 7th generation, or find, like, just Google like non-toxic cleaners and switch out all your cleaners for those. And that's something really simple to do. Then we have the things that you put onto your skin. Our skin is able to absorb all of those toxins that you put onto it. So making sure that you're putting on good moisturizer that's non-toxic. Please look that up with ewg.org. The shampoo you use, the conditioner you use, the perfume you use, the makeup that you use, all of these things can contribute to your toxic overload profile. The next thing we're going to talk about is stress, and I want you guys to actually do your own research and find out the different types of stress, because there is a lot. Just because you don't feel stressed doesn't mean that your body is not undergoing stress. Realizing where your stress may be coming from is going to help you make sure that you reduce the stress in your life. Stress is a major, major, major thing when it comes to eczema. Every time I ask people when their eczema flared up, a very big life change just happened. So whether that's their parents got divorced, they got a divorce, all sorts of really big life events that can cause stress. So that includes moving. Another thing that can contribute is a poor diet. Western food, so we have a lot of packaged food. I know that is spreading around the world now, but in America our food is full of so many bad chemicals, a lot of additives. If you're eating packaged food, make sure that it's saying like paleo friendly or keto. Well, maybe not keto, because keto does have dairy, and dairy and eczema don't really go that well together. But making sure that the food that you're eating is contributing towards your health rather than doing the opposite. You know better. You shouldn't be eating sodas and cakes and ice cream all of the time. Creating a more balanced lifestyle is definitely a lot better. So fixing your diet and staying away from fridge foods, fried foods, refined sugar, eggs, dairy, gluten is another way to reduce the toxins that are on your body. Look at this. Look at the sun doing this to me. The sun was just not out and now it's like coming through my blinds, trying to make me look silly. Ooh. One last thing I wanted to mention, sometimes people do end up having parasites. Changing your diet will let you notice the parasites in your stool, and then you can just take a parasite medication. I don't know a whole lot about that, but that is one. I see a lot of stuff on the internet trying to tell people with eczema that we all have the same root cause. Oh, it's parasites. Oh, it's your liver. Oh, it's this. It is not one root cause. If you've tried to do those changes, you'll notice that it doesn't work. You've tried to do the celery juice or the vegan diet and it just doesn't work. And it's because every single body is different, and a lot of times stress is a major aspect to it. And a lot of times we're not told to look at stress. Our eczema, most likely a large toxic overload for us is stress, because stress is impacting most of our systems that are inside of our body. It affects our adrenals, so it affects our hormones, it affects so many different systems inside of our body. And so stress is a major thing when it comes to eczema. So if you're dealing with daily stress, change that stress. And like I said, I do have health coaching programs to help you navigate your toxic overload profile. So making sure that you're working on positive mindset. A lot of us, when we have eczema, we get very depressed. The depression will actually make you get worse. And so working on keeping your mindset strong and doing daily work to keep it that way. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you guys, and I want you guys to take this and write out your toxic overload profile. And from there, comment down below what your biggest toxin is. Some of the two biggest toxins is antibiotics and stress. So go ahead and comment down below whether for you it's stress, antibiotics, both. Let me know. And make sure to watch last week's video because I help you understand the biology of the itch-scratch cycle, so why you itch so deeply when you itch. So go ahead and look that video up. That's a really good follow-up to this video if you haven't seen it already. If you liked this technique of discovering your toxic overload profile, you're going to love my coaching program. So be sure to go to my website, coachmichellemills.com/coaching, and you guys will see that I do a lot of work on helping you guys holistically heal your eczema, because we're all individuals and we all heal so differently. All right, that's it from me in the sun today and my cracking voice. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching that video. I'm now gonna go over all the different things that I offer and how I can help you further. So if you're looking for a support group, I do have a Facebook support group called Healthy Skin, Happy Living. It's an awesome community full of people all over the world. It's very diverse, and people go in and just ask each other, you know, I have this problem, is it normal, and am I okay? And so people will be like, yeah, I went through the same thing. If you need even more help than that, I do have coaching programs. It's for eczema specifically, inflammation-related disorders and diseases as well, and I help coach you through that. It is a very specialized coaching. There is a video on my website that goes in depth. So I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, I have a lot of stuff going on and I can help you in such a large range of ways. And if you shoot me a message on Instagram, my handle currently is @MichelleMills_. It will be changing to Coach Michelle Mills very soon. Send me a direct message and I will add you to a support group messenger on Instagram. And everyone is amazing, still very diverse, very supportive, and I'll see you guys there. See you in my next video. Bye! She